I think he just overpowered it through sheer force. Just who is this guy? And what the hell is happening in Shibuya?
What's going on, everybody? June here, and welcome back to the 5th production log for Goku Vs Sukuna. We back at it this time in a real-time video because I knew I wanted to do one. We are nearing the finish line in terms of rendering shots. I'll just show you real quick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the ones in red technically 10 and 11, but those are more VFX heavy where I might have to draw in the effects using a grease pencil, so I'm saving those for dead last. And then the ones that's orange, they're done. I just haven't rendered them out yet, but they're mostly done. Let's get it. Shot 70. I want to take y'all through my process of how I be rendering everything in real time. I feel like I have a good method to the madness, at least at this point. We're going to go ahead and keep the ball rolling with scene 4, which is the final battle. So just for context, before we get started, you can see Goku, he just now completed his transformation into Super Saiyan 2. And now, you know, he's standing off with Sukuna. One thing I'm also going to do is I might change this because in the following shot, Sukuna is standing straight up as if he's not like this doesn't flow well into the next shot. So I'm just gonna have to change that. All right, so with that being said, what I always like to start off by doing, obviously we have render view up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on ray tracing, change the resolution to 1 by 1. Don't know what that does, but I'm pretty sure that's just the highest quality possible. Correct me if I'm wrong. Next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is add in the sky, because that helps give color to the world. So I'm just gonna go in one of my old blend files here and just go ahead and snatch that way I don't have to recreate it again. And then I just go here, click, boom. Now if I go in the rendered view on this side, you can see the nice skies there. Starry night. Nice, right? Another thing I like to start doing is Goku, right? So his halo, we want that to glow. So in the shader view, go back to object. I'm gonna go and just put an emission on it, and then once in compositing, once I add the bloom effect, that will then make the halo stand out even more. Same thing for the hair, slightly different color gold. I already know the colors that I want, that way it's consistent. First few shots before I landed on like, okay, this is the color. I just gotta, because before when I was doing the Super Saiyan shots, I was just eyeballing it. But I was like, you know what? For consistency reasons, although nobody will even notice the difference, I don't even notice the difference. Let me just write down the hex number and keep that going between shots. So yeah, let's see. What do we want to do next? We already got some camera shake going here. So let's start with this shot then, because this will be the better one to look at. So I want to go ahead and add the first you can see that the camera view is being cut off, right? So what I want to do here is select my camera. I'm gonna just give that a light. Boom. And what I mean by cut off is, okay, let's look at my right screen. There is more to this environment than meets the eye. So if I just turn that on, you can see, yeah, there's a whole lot more to it. So you want to do that for your camera. Otherwise, to my knowledge, none of that will get picked up in the final render. So, all right. So now we're going to go ahead and what did I say we were going to do? I think I said add the aura. Why not? So honestly, a lot of these shots have, because I'm not on the Shibuya map, these shots have been getting a bit lighter. You know, I've been able to well, that's why I'm more confident in this video to record it in real time, because the last one was time lapse, because I was afraid that you know, at some point the recording was probably just gonna crash and then just ruin everything. So when I do a time lapse, it's just, you know, less at stake, I guess. It's like if it crashes, it's like, oh well, it was gonna be a time lapse anyway. So what I want to do with this one, just so you can kind of see. So I don't think I've showcased the aura effect before, but this is pretty much it. It's from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Excuse my voice cracks. I was just got done singing, you know what I mean? Well, but anyways, it's from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's just it consists of 4 frames, and so I just loop it. So I'm gonna set a keyframe there, go to the next shot, and then just expand it so that it's much bigger, so it can kind of showcase how much energy is overflowing. And if you can't tell, like the reference for this shot is it's when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2. That's why Sukuna's reacting pretty much how Cell reacted. He was standing right in front of, like, he went Super Saiyan 2 right in front of him. Like, really? I'm probably gonna have to look at my reference later on just to make sure everything looks visually appealing, I guess. I was just trying to see something there. But yeah, I made it small here because I want you to be able to see the spikes there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna go ahead. Nah, we're gonna save the other VFX for later. I don't wanna get into it too early because then it's gonna start slowing my computer down. Let's go ahead and start adding some battle damage to Son Goku here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up another blend file because I have not turned this into a driver yet so that I have it at the click of a button, unfortunately. But that's one thing that I'm gonna do at the end of this project. So you're gonna get a bit of a sneak peek with this one, kind of, if I could get to Goku. This was one of the first shots. I don't know, I'm just talking. All right, so I'm gonna go here. Let's see, go to the body, and I need one, 2, 3. Give me that. And then I'm gonna go back here on the head, paste those 3 nodes. Whoops. And then I'm gonna take this, boom, boom. Don't mind how Goku looks on the other side. Boom. Something's not. Hold on, something ain't right. So the one thing about Super Saiyan 2 Goku, when I was initially putting this Goku rig together earlier this year, I noticed Super Saiyan 2 Goku's head was like the anomaly in terms of, like, pretty much all the Goku textures work well together. You won't have any issues if you put them together. For example, if I put this battle damage texture on Goku's face in his base form, and then I'll also put it on his Super Saiyan head form, the scratches are going to be there in the same exact spot. It's going to remain consistent. But with Super Saiyan 2, I don't remember what it was, but like Super Saiyan 2 more or less has the same face shape as Super Saiyan. And for whatever reason, Super Saiyan 2 Goku, like, it's weird to explain, man. I don't even know. This is stupid, though. So the battle damage on Super Saiyan 2 will just be different from what was on Super Saiyan, but that's okay. Now it looks like he has a mustache right here. That's what I don't like. But, I mean, it is what it is. You just gotta improvise, I guess. Okay, that works. I guess. Okay, so the next thing I want to see, you will be able to see his pants, although the battle damage here will be subtle anyway. So just watch this. Watch how, if I go here, go to pants, and literally just do the same exact node setup, it's gonna work. But Super Saiyan 2, for whatever reason, is the anomaly. I bet you if I go on Super Saiyan 3 right now and do it for Super Saiyan 3, it's gonna work no problem. Yeah, I don't get it though. Oh well, it is what it is. You know, you improvise. There's probably some tweaks that I need to make to his UVs on the Super Saiyan 2 head specifically, but quite honestly, it's not even that big of a deal. Look what, oh my, he's pretty much good. Now, mind you, he just got done getting done up by Sukuna's domain expansion. And he survived. So, for those of y'all who are unaware, Sukuna's special ability from Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but one of his special abilities is he can it's severing and slicing. So he pretty much just cuts you up. So we have to give Goku the according battle damage, you could say. So let's go ahead and toss this texture in there. We're gonna get another mix color node, plug that in there, plug that in there, and then another UV map. I made this texture myself, actually. Fuck. It's not working because I have to do one more thing. Because I made the stupid mistake. Nah, it's not stupid, but I wouldn't even call it a mistake. I had always planned on Goku being bloody and by this point of the fight. But the thing about it is I had to use another Goku. I had to do it in another blend file. And so in that other blend file, sorry if my words are scattered because I'm trying to work at the same time. In the other blend file, I had hold on. Let me lock in for a second. So I have to do this. Boom. UV maps. Whoa. Plus, we'll just leave that how it is. And then click this one. Control L. Copy UV maps. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Because sometimes it doesn't. There it is. Look at that man Goku. So yeah, what happened was I so I have my go-to Goku rig, right? It's just one blend file. So I have one version of him, but if I ever need to make changes to his rig after the fact, in those scenes where I already used the older version of him before I made the updates, that one is what it is. Like, it's stuck. So in this scenario, because at the time of this Goku rig, he didn't have the bloody texture, I had to then do another blend file and add it there. And from that point on, with each shot where I was using the older version of Goku's rig, I have to bring in that updated version with the bloodied face and the new UV maps, and I have to pretty much just copy and paste it. I don't know if any of that made sense, but yeah. That's essentially what I had to do. So I'm gonna do the same thing for his body, even though you don't really see much of it, but again, for consistency purposes, UV map, select that, Control L, copy UV map, and then go back here. I'm tripping. I'm not tripping, actually. Nope, yeah, I am. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're just gonna go here with it. Plug this into here, plug this into there. Change this to UV map, and it didn't work. For whatever reason. See, that's what I be talking about. Oh, I know why I'm tripping. I'm doing it on the wrong layer. Jeez. I hate when I do that. I'm working on the leg. Yep, it happens. I gotta go to body. Now we should be good to do it. Boom, here we go. And scene. Not really. So you see again, this is essentially what I was afraid of what was potentially going to happen to the face. The blood should not be showing up like this on his chest. It simply shouldn't. Why is it showing up like that? I have no idea. Changing the UVs won't work because it's specifically this UV map here. So I'm going to try. So you see on this Goku, this is how the blood should be appearing. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to delete this UV map. Do this one. And then click that. Boom. It's so weird though, man. Like I don't get it. See? Like it's not working. I had this issue before when I was still playing around with this. I know why. I was copying the wrong UVs. It's always going to be user error. I'm pretty sure I was copying the wrong UV. I don't know. No fucking idea, bro. Let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, so I was indeed copying the wrong UV. So we're good now. Save that. Let's keep it pushing. Okay, so Goku is all battered and bruised up. Let's go ahead and close that. And then let's go ahead and start adding some lighting. If it's one scene that I really wish that I would have showcased my process for, it was gonna be scene 3. I pretty much did all of scene 3 off camera. I was so proud of how this shot turned out. Still am proud, don't get me wrong. But this shot came out really good. Because before I was like, okay, how do I want to do this, right? Like, do I want to have Shibuya still be kind of clean? Because, mind you, I already have a Shibuya map that I paid like $250 for. But that, what you just saw is post the first fight. Yeah, so I'm like, should I just keep the area how it is and just like do a custom version with, you know, like I just take some buildings and manually destroy them myself and do all of this other stuff? But I was like, nah. Okay, I use this color. FFEABC. There we go. That's much better. It's like kind of leaning towards yellow a little bit. Yeah, that's what I want. Because I wanted it to look consistent to the Super Saiyan shot I had already did. So yeah, you know, like I was saying, I'm like, I could do that, but that would take some more time. But before I even bought that map, I was trying to find a free alternative for Shibuya. Because I'm like, dude, the map that I bought, I had already seen it by this point, but I'm like, let me at least exhaust my options and look around to see if maybe there's some free assets online before I commit and drop all this money on this thing. And I found 2 games. One game was called like Ghostwire Tokyo or something like that. It had a beautiful Shibuya map, exactly what I needed. So I bought the game on Steam. It was running off the Unreal Engine, which was a green flag for me, because if it's running off of Unreal, that means that I can rip the assets. I bought the game. Unfortunately, it was made in a way to where you wasn't ripping anything out of there. You was not ripping nothing. Let's go ahead and start getting the compositing going for this. And I was like, damn. So I refunded the game because I couldn't rip any assets. I tried too. And so after I refunded the game, I ended up coming across this other game called World War III. And it was a first person shooter game, and one of the maps was Shibuya, and it was destroyed. I was like, this is perfect. So the game and the game was free. I was like, say it ain't so. So I went ahead and downloaded the game. It was like 70 gigs or something like that. And I started ripping assets and I put the map together. Unfortunately, the way I had to rip it, was I don't even know how to describe it for real, but ripping the assets on that game for maps is different than it is on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So I'm ripping like sections at a time. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, if you want parts of the environment, you have to do everything individually. So I'm ripping out sections, and not only that, it just comes with a bunch of textures and they're not labeled. You don't know what does what. And it's like, geez, dude, what is going on here? All right, let's see. We might be good to start doing the VFX at this point for this shot specifically, and then we'll focus on this afterwards. I had put together like damn near the entire map. I had put it together because the good thing about it was when you imported the assets, they were all popping into the correct locations and positions. So, oh shoot, I forgot to do one more thing on Goku here. But the unfortunate thing about it was the map was so heavy. It was starting to get heavy and it would take forever to load. And when I was trying to switch into shader view to see what the colors looked like, and I was having the same issue I would have with the Shibuya map that I would eventually end up buying. So, um, you know, plus there was so many textures, and the textures were all like placed individually. So I was like, oh heck no, man, this is gonna take forever. I'm better off just buying the map that I saw off the Blender Market, Super Hive. I'm better off just buying that and calling it a day. Just throw it on a payment plan, go from there. And that's exactly what I did. But so it's like at the time, I'm like, well, I kind of did all of that for nothing. But I believe everything happens for a reason, because as you saw, some of the textures that I did put together, like the street and all that, and the rubble and the debris, because I started to put the textures together at the time. Like I was doing it, but then I'm like, yo, this is going to take forever. Eventually it came in handy. So you saw that road that was destroyed, the textures was already on there. Some of the rubble, all of that was ready to go. That's all I needed. I'm like, I could do the rest. I could fill in the blanks. Some of the buildings I had already textured, so you saw some of the buildings in the background. But yeah, man, so that's where that came in handy. And then the post domain expansion is pretty much just a wasteland at this point, you know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason. That's what I truly believe. And here we are. So here's one thing that I wanted to show off. We have a VFX library. Shout out to my boy Dream John. I shout this man out in every single video. His channel is in the description. Go ahead and check him out. I'm finna go ahead and add some of these assets. So you already know I'm finna do aura glistening, and then I'm gonna do, I think it's aura lightning blitz for the Super Saiyan 2 electricity. Let's go ahead and fix his face here though. So yeah, he actually bought this, I think months ago, back in March or April, and we was playing around with it, and I was like, yo, this is perfect. At first it was kind of weird to use because some of them you have to do an override, but then there was some of them where it was like you could just drag and drop and boom, there you go. So like I didn't quite understand the override one at first. Why won't it let me click multiple? Okay, whatever, man. Okay, so Suzanne is right there. That just comes with it, so you can hide that. And then you pretty much want to retarget the effects. But yeah, it's like whether, we get a cool effect or a pack or whatever, we just share it with each other. Cause it's like, hey man, you never know when you might need it. Even if you never use it, I'ma still slide it your way anyway. Cause hey, what's the point of me gatekeeping it? And there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how we do. That's how we do. It's always cool to have people you can go on these journeys with. So now you can see we got some ore glistening as he's in his Super Saiyan 2 state, looking mean. And you can see it from here. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. The scene is gonna start getting heavy, but that's a-okay, because it should be nothing in comparison to what I was doing when I was trying to render scene 1 and scene 2. Because I did try to do scene 2. Matter of fact, yeah, I did try to do other shots of scene 2, and I did try to do scene 1, and I said it in that video, but it would just always bug out. Like my computer, my graphics card, something, it just wouldn't be able to handle it. So the recordings will end up messing up. I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and just add this on there. Let's see what it looks like. Or a lightning blitz. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, I thought I was tripping. Okay, or a lightning blitz. Let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna hide that. Oh, you know what? We have to adjust, right? Because the emitter is still set to Suzanne. We want to set that to Goku here. Okay, there it is. I want that to come in earlier though. That's not coming in until like frame 50. So where can I adjust? I'm gonna try the other one. Cause the ones that are drag and drop, I've noticed they typically don't have the same amount of controls at times. Or settings, I should say. Or electricity. This honestly might be better. We'll see. I've never played around with this one. We're gonna find out shortly here. Okay, so let's go ahead and library override. And then it's got a lot of stuff here. Let's do it again. So this is my first time playing around with this, so we'll see how it is. Okay, collider, I'm gonna hide that. Emitter, which is Suzanne, I'm gonna hide that too. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna go here, boom. Small charges. Let's just see what happens. We're gonna change the emitter to Goku and see what we get. This one doesn't have anything. What are these right here? Maybe it needs to buffer. Yeah. No? I don't fucking know, bro. Okay. Let me, scene is extremely slow. Let me remove just about everything else. Scene is still gonna be slow. Nah, I don't like that. What is this? He, no, I don't like that. He's being consumed by the electricity. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. No, he's being consumed by the electricity. That's not what I want. He looked like I can't think of the villain off of Spider-Man, Shockwave or Electro. Let me see. Jamie Foxx played him in The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, Electro. That's his name. Electro. I wasn't sure. I was like, that just sounds like a stereotypical villain name who has electricity. But yeah, I'm like, he looking like Electro out there. Like, it's perfect. I don't need to do any. Okay, there it is. I don't know why all of a sudden now it's starting. I think it might just be a little too much electricity though. So nah, not the density. Not the seed. What do we want to do? Not the noise. I want to remove. Is it the age? I think so. I think not. What is it? It's got to be the density. Yeah. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Can't really see it from back here, but yeah. This is tough. There we go. I don't know. I don't know what happened earlier, but and I don't need to add it to his head because you see it. It covers it up just enough. It hits up there. Boom. Save. There we go. All right. So now, if we unhide that, we get this. Oh yeah, that's tough. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. All right. What do I want to do next? Because I think this shot is more or less. This is good. So let's move on to the next one. It's not much that needs to be done here. So we're still going to work on Goku. We're going to work on the surrounding environment first before I move on and fix Sukuna. So I'm gonna make we have a folder called Aura. Let's just throw everything Aura related in here. There we go. Lighting. Let's go ahead and make another folder, call it Goku Lighting. But yeah, man, this stuff is it takes time. But this is one of my favorite parts of the process, so I don't mind it, because this is where things start coming to life. So just so I don't have to do this manually, what I'm gonna do is open up another instance of Blender here. I'm just asking for my computer to crash, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to shot 40, because in shot 40 Goku also went Super Saiyan. This is when he went Super Saiyan. I think it's gonna be funny because the transformation for Super Saiyan 1, it don't even sound right saying Super Saiyan 1, but you know what I mean. Just to be specific, the transformation for Super Saiyan and the animation is way more dramatic than the transformation for Super Saiyan 2. So I just think that's funny. Let's throw this over here. Yeah. So pretty much this is the lighting. Should be a gold light. I didn't even check. I just assumed. Yeah, this is it. What else? What other big light would I have in the sky? Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's good. And then, because I already have that scene pulled up, I'm going to grab this. That should be all I need to select. Yeah, and then the controller is right there with it. Perfect. Where is the controller? Oh, okay, it's right there. I didn't see. And yep, we get this. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. But see, the thing is like in the when Goku goes Super Saiyan, everybody's reacting to it. The power is overwhelming. But on this one, uh I mean, not so much. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's gonna be the one thing that bothers me. We'll see. It all depends on how I put it together, truthfully. That's why I have to change Sukuna's reaction animation. I'll just have him do like an idle standing pose. Because why is it that Sukuna is doing that, but then when we look at the other shots with Nobara and Fushiguro, they just standing there chilling. Now, the only excuse I could say is like, oh, they're just standing so far away. They're not in the vicinity of all of what's going on. I could use an excuse like that because, you know, but I don't know. When it comes to Dragon Ball Z and power levels and their energy, I mean, these are planet busters we're talking about. They were planet busters way back since when? Late Dragon Ball, maybe early Dragon Ball Z Saiyan Saga before Raditz even showed up. Like they were already planet busters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, imagine going Super Saiyan 2. I want to be able to convey the strength of Dragon Ball at times in the best way that I can, because they don't really do that in the show. Not like they used to, at least. But yeah, it's tough. Let's see. Now what I want is some wind. And that's the good thing about me doing all of these other shots, is that I don't have to recreate anything. I could just copy and paste it. So if I want the wind to be here, actually let me look here because I can't really tell. I'm gonna take this here. This wind is clutch too, because if you remember, and I'm gonna make this wind more visible. If you remember, let me save because Blender kind of froze there for a second. So in the last video, oh shit, it's freezing again. In the last video, when it came to the wind, I was just using an image plane. Nothing wrong with it, but it has its limitations. Whereas it got to a point where it just wasn't working because you could see the border. I showed it, I showcased it in that video actually, to where you can, you can see the border of the image plane, and it just like kind of ruins the shot a little bit. But so eventually I had looked up like another video on how to create wind, because I would try, but you know, it would just never work out for me. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do, turn the detail down. Let me slide this back. Okay. But I ended up finding a good tutorial, and I got the wind that this wind is perfect with the way it flows and looks. So I'm gonna have it, nope. Yeah, I want it to blow in the direction of Sukuna. That would make more sense. And then we can also redo the keyframes here. Whoops. Because I want the wind to be like blowing pretty fast. So yeah. Let's set this to 0. Come here, frame 1. It was the Y location, right? I forgot already. And then let's just put put that to 10. I don't know how fast that's gonna be. I should have took note of what it was before. Can't even tell really. Okay, let me turn a lot of this stuff off. No, that's too slow. Bruh. Let's put it to 50. See if it goes faster. More power. I want that even more. Let's do 300. It's all just a figuring out process, you know what I mean? You just gotta do what feels right, you know? Let's see what that looks like with everything back in the scene. Been recording for about an hour so far, not bad. Not bad. It's usually about how long it takes me to do these things. Hopefully, it's kind of hard to see what the window looked like. Matter of fact, I could probably do something like this instead. Why is that still playing? It looks all clumped up, but once you, yeah, it's just gonna be one of those things. Once I render, what the fuck? I'm tripping. Let me put miscellaneous down here. I knew something was off. I'm like, that's not what I need. I know I didn't mess up. I misclicked. Yep. Okay, so what else do we want to do? Let's go ahead and add some particles. Let's add some more stuff to make the scene even more bloated. I can take this down. I don't need this no more. So I'm gonna go to shot 71. Collection, particles. Started using this particle thing in the Birds and Disease, and it's perfect for just, you know, adding atmosphere to everything. Okay, you can kind of see it here, but you can definitely see it here. What else do I want to do? Just add more to the scene. You can tell that the ground just looks very muddy, but it doesn't look good. It just looks like the textures are stretched. It's not much that I'm gonna do about that right now, in all honesty. Okay, but what else should I add? Think. I know. I'll add some debris, some rocks. Yeah, there we go. So let's do rubble. This was something I did in the previous shot. I just need one of them, and I'll duplicate it from there. This is what I'm gonna do. Yep. This will at least kind of make it so the ground isn't just this one flat, stretched out texture. But we'll see how this looks though in certain areas. I wonder if I could actually just do this. Nah, this ain't gonna work because it's just gonna be big ass rocks. But yeah, man, the project is coming along fantastic. I cannot wait to be done with this. Like, oh my gosh. I've been working on this for almost half the year. That was definitely not the intention. This project ended up being much bigger than I thought it was going to be, much bigger than anticipated. And in reality, I had I thought it was only going to take me like maybe a month, month and a half, maybe two. Nope, boy was I wrong. Boy was I wrong. But hey, we getting it done. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And we almost done too. Like, there is more behind me than there is what's in front of me. That's the good thing. So, you know what else I'm gonna do? Cause I don't like how you could just see the plane of the aura effect. I want to see if I can maybe hide that, maybe. If not, it is what it is. Some things you just gotta deal with. I don't know. Nah, we're just gonna leave it how it is. It is what it is. I wish I could make the aura more like three-dimensional, I guess, but hey, I think I've done about all I can with the current knowledge that I have when it comes to this project. There's another thing that I want to do for Goku before we start moving on to Sukuna. And Sukuna stuff, I'm most likely just gonna time lapse it because it ain't nothing crazy. I just have to fix him, do his lighting, and all that fun stuff. Why is all of this still showing? Okay. Another thing I wanted to add was drop that down, go back to the asset browser. Aura gusting. See? We missed that. We missed that. We needed that. But we got it. So what this does is it just kicks up like leaves and dirt and rocks. So this is cool. I like this effect. But yeah, I'm still, knock on wood, everything is still running smoothly in terms of OBS and the recording and you know. So that's good. That's the controls and change the emitter to Gakuroto. Boom, boom, and then let's just take this. Oh shit, throw it in here. Aura gusting, boom, and then let's just see how all of that looks together now. Save, because the scene is getting heavy strictly due to the VFX. Now while my recording may be fine, yeah, you see some of the rocks flying by. But what about that was turned off. I was like, what about the other aura glistening thing? There it is. Ooh, boy, look at that man Goku, boy. This shot is tough, if I do say so myself. Now we gotta fix Sukuna. He got that stank on ya. Hopefully I can get this video out pretty shortly. Maybe by tomorrow or something, or even later today whenever I'm rendering. But Jeez, it has been a hot summer. It just started getting hot out here in LA like for the past month, I guess. Had to set up my AC and all that. You know what? I kind of don't even feel like doing Sukuna's animation. Let me see. Yeah, because so this is shot 70, and then in shot 72, Sukuna's just standing up. Just casual, like, hey, I don't know what you did to my domain, but it's getting annoying. So let's I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. But let's see. VFX, we're gonna throw wind in there. Particles is gonna go in there. Lighting is good. So we're gonna hide that. That sucks that we have to do all of that individually. We're gonna hide Goku and the rubble, and the scene should be fine now. Yeah, everything is running smooth. A clean 24 FPS. So we're gonna go ahead and just fix Sukuna. You know what? I'm probably just gonna reuse an animation, you know? Forgive me for, you know, being lazy here, but I made the mistake at the time, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna have him do the same thing anyway, and then I'm gonna append Sukuna from shot 39 because this is him just kind of standing there as Goku's doing his thing. Again, this will probably be the only part of the project that maybe I'll look back and say, I should have planned that out better. Because it's like, okay, Sukuna didn't have a big reaction to when Goku went Super Saiyan. And then now he goes Super Saiyan 2, he kicks it up a notch, and Sukuna's still just standing there like, that's all you got? Like, that's it. This is you right here. But, you know, again, I should have planned it better. So that was my fault. And the ironic part about it is that this was the most that I've ever prepped for an animation. Cause like I did what did I do? I can't even tell you what I did, cuz I was doing a layout. I was doing layouts. Normally I don't do that. I just kind of had my reference. I throw everybody in the scene and then I just get it started, you know? But this one I actually, you know, prepared for it because I knew it was going to be a big project. I didn't want to waste too much time. And there are still some mistakes that I ended up making that slipped through the cracks, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is. What can you do? You just got to be better. So then I think what I'll do for Sukuna, because that shit, like his hoodie and shit, it's not like, it's not flowing in the way I'd want. So let me go ahead and turn on the bones. Let me save. I think it's fine. Yeah, I'll leave that how it is. But the hair I will mess with. So I don't think I've ever demonstrated me doing this before. But unfortunately, goo physics do not work great on Sukuna's hair. Probably won't work well for Yuji either if I ever decide to do a animation with him. But like his hair ends up stretching bad. I don't know if this was a rigging issue on my part. I'd like to think that it wasn't because Fushiguro and Nobara do not have that issue at all. So typically what I just end up doing, I'll just do something like this. Set a keyframe, turn on auto keying, and then I'll just kind of move the hair like that. But first you got to do this. You got to press play, and then I'll just do something like this. Because it's like I said, I don't truthfully, like the plane for Goku's aura works perfectly for a shot like this. But then like this, even though that's how it looks in the game, it's the angle that's kind of throwing it off. For the aura gust effect, I could probably do something like this. Let me see. Like in case cause like when the camera is on Goku like this, you can see the gust very subtle. Well, honestly, it's just hard to tell from this shot because the scene is only running at damn 4 FPS. But if I excuse me, if I take this icosphere and do something like this, right? Stay with me now. Stay with me. I'll hide them. Where the hell did the icosphere go? Come on now. I put it in the wrong collection. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. If I take the aura gustin and pretty much just add it onto this and override the libraries, you already know the drill. Because I did this for one shot where I added the effect to a sphere and I parented it, or I put it as a child to Sukuna's hand, because he had just burned somebody to death. And so I wanted to have an effect where the smoke is still coming off of his hand. And it worked. So I want to see if it'll work out for this too. Let's see. Okay, absolutely nothing. Where the... Okay, it's there. It's just this fat ass spear is covering up everything. So I'm gonna remove the shadow that is casting and remove it from the camera. So now you see it's there. So but you can see the aura is, all of this is much more visible than what it was before. Let's make this bigger. Gust controls, dust and debris, density. No. Dust scales. Shout out my phone. Okay, that's much better. I just had to center the leaves a bit more. That makes it look better at least. Okay. Actually, let me save before. Okay, we can go ahead and call this shot done now. I'll turn everything back on. All right, this isn't even the heaviest shot, man. I didn't... This shot wasn't even supposed to be all of this. Well, I'm not going to say that, because the shot just is what it is. Whatever I feel needs to be added to make it as visually pleasing as possible, you know, I'll do that. But what I meant was, this shot is very simple. Like, it's only at 207 frames. That's not even 10 seconds. And there's another shot that is going to take even more than this. So that's also why I want to get a new PC. Because, I mean, this one is just... Whoops. It just struggles, man. But hey, my PC, it be hanging in there. So this shot is more or less done. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I think this worked out better than using the tune smoke, because in addition to the wind and everything, it just makes this scene like a more... Oh my goodness, this looks great. I've been waiting on a moment to just use all the effects like I did. But that's going to do it for this video, y'all. If you made it this far into it, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.